Shit they don't tell you about content creation, bro. What's going on, y'all? It's your boy DREONYX. You already know what the vibe is. You already know what I got going on, how I got it speaking, how I got it going. You know, they call me the big Onyx Superman to you peasant boys, of course. But nah, bro, this the shit they really don't tell you about content creation. You know, you watch a whole bunch of videos, like I seen Ludwig, he dropped some gems. Agent 00, he dropped some gems and stuff like that. But you feel me? It's a lot of shit that's like, it's you gotta still be in it, you know, like when you out of the fire, you made it out the fire, when you made it out the dust and you made it to the dawn, and it's like, okay, this shit is paying off. Okay, now niggas is coming to the streams for me. Okay, now people is coming to the streams for my personality and not just me and whatever game I'm on or whatever I'm you know, whatever the subject matter is for that day. You know, once you make it out of that fire or into that new echelon, that's when you can start really doing shit. But when you in this fire, right, and when you're trying to play and it's people that have the initial thought, man, if I just turn on the camera and start recording, then I'm gonna go crazy. That's not happening, bitch. A lot of this shit really is dumbfound luck. A lot of this shit is literally what you do when you have your chance, when you start building traction, when you have your opportunity, when it's people in your stream, when it's people that's giving you, you know, roses or whatever the case may be. What are you doing? You know, and I'm a product of a fail. I'm literally I'm exposing myself to y'all right now. Yet again, I'm getting on camera and I'm talking about some real shit that's genuinely happened to me. I have 3 monetized YouTube channels. You know, thank the guys for that, right? And that took more strategy. You know, that took more strategy than anything to build those channels up, because I always have an irrational fear. A lot of people say put your all into your main channel. A lot of people always say that, put your all into your main page, whatever your main page is, put your all into that. Do everything you can on your main page. Do your main thing, right? And go hard and go for the trending topics and go for this, that, and the third. And then when you're doing that and your video's still not getting viewed and you not in it, like you in the YouTube game for the right reasons. You're not in it for money. You in it for longevity, the long haul. But even still, some niggas get 5 years, 7 years, 10 years, 15 years of straight consistency, of straight effort, of straight grind. And they don't have nothing to show for me. I'm not gonna lie, I've been in content creation all the time for almost coming up on 2 years next month. You feel me? Well, yet again. I've been in content creation for almost a full 2 years, and I'm telling y'all, when your boy was building up his traction and what I was doing when I was building up my traction, I had a bigger goal. I had a bigger goal for myself. I wanted to use my leverage to build other YouTube channels, in which I did. What I should have done, right, was not build other. What I should have done was, when I was averaging 76, 150 people in my streams, I should have been pushing so many people to the purple app that I actually would have been more feasible. Because when you go live on YouTube, you got to know a method of going live on YouTube. Rather, you know, they added a vertical streaming way and a full screen, which works for some people, but then you understand that the full screen still will make more money for that live stream. And the vertical stream is just chump change. Well, I messed up and I was only doing vertical stream. So imagine how much money I missed out on, because there's people coming through and watching my vertical streams on YouTube, 45, 100 people watching my vertical streams on YouTube. But that same 45 to 100 people watching me on my vertical streams on YouTube, if they were watching me on my full screen on YouTube, then we wouldn't even be having this conversation. Then yet again, there's people that I'm giving them too many options. Yeah, that's another thing. I always had an irrational fear after losing one of my main YouTube channels that I got over 1,000 subs on there of pure grind and pure effort, and I lost that page due to copyright claims of a video that I just posted 3 times, that each one of those videos got copyright struck, and I've never seen that channel again ever since, and I can't reach out to nobody to get that channel back, regardless of the fact. I digress. I had this irrational fear that if I put my all into my main channel and I lose it, that's my everything. Hence why I never ever went in one direction. So it's a lot of people that just have their main page and their reaction, and they keep it simple. And I suggest y'all do that. It's unfortunate that this one trauma messed me up to a point where I feel as though that I have to be live on as many platforms as possible. I'm mad that this trauma of losing a channel that I worked extremely hard on with information that I didn't have, of losing one channel, it literally dispersed me out into this for example, or not even for example, I'm telling you guys literally right here and right now, when I go live, when I spark up a stream, I'm going live on 9 platforms. Every single time I spark up one stream, I'm live on Rumble, Kick, I'm live on 2, 3 YouTube accounts. I'm live on Twitch. I'm live on all these accounts in all these areas. Or I'm live on Facebook. And I'm telling myself, oh, I'm just giving myself a chance to be seen. I'm giving myself a chance to be seen, recognized, notarized, whatever the case may have been. It's not what it's supposed to be. I'm supposed to be live on as little platforms as possible, giving you guys as little options as possible, so you guys don't find different avenues, different sources. I shouldn't be able to spark a stream that would make me a decent amount of money on Twitch, but then you guys know for a fact that I'm not monetized on Kick, so you can just watch ad-free on Kick. You get what I mean? And it's stuff like that, once again, where I'm just like, maybe I could build my following up on one area and then send people over here, or get people to come over here, or do this, that, and the third, when in all actuality, I'm more so hurting myself. I'm telling it, this is something that they don't talk about in content creation, from losing a channel, losing a page, being an editor, working hard, working day in and day out, and not expecting nothing in return. When people tell you that you fell off, right? When people tell you that you fell off, and you get to the point of ignoring comment, you get to the point of now you're turning off text-to-speech because you notice it. You notice it in real time. These are die-hard core fans saying that you fell off. You fell off a cliff. You fell off. And it's one thing when you hear it. It's an even worse thing when you acknowledge. In my stream, and I looked at my old format, old titles, my old thumbnails, the way I was doing challenges, the energy that I spoke with in my video, and I've been the same individual. Yet, I'm going from averaging 150 people in the stream, and I can barely get 2 people in the stream. Keep in mind, I only gained subs since then. I only gained following. How is it that I've only gained following since then, yet I'm getting nobody watching my streams? There's nothing that's changed in my consistency. That people continuously talk about consistency. There's nothing that's changed. I go live at the same time every day. I end stream at the day. I post clips every single day. I post multiple clips every single day. So what is wrong with my strategy? And that's the biggest. Strategy will win, but figuring out your strategy to win, figuring out and seeing if you really want to do this, it's going to be challenging when you go into your niche. Specifically for me, NBA 2K, when you go into your niche and you realize, yeah, you might have a bigger following on all other platforms than a certain individual, but guess what? That individual has a chance of passing you up, stepping on your toes in the same community, and y'all posting the same content, but their videos just get pushed more. Their content just gets pushed hard. I'm seeing it right now. I notice it right now. I'm speaking on a real personal, not personal, but I'm seeing it. I'm seeing a guy named Snipe Him in the 2K community. This nigga's averaging, well, he could be view botting, but you never know. But I'm gonna give people the benefit of the doubt. You know, on the outside looking in, this guy's killing it. He came on the scene 2K. I don't remember him from 2 years. I don't remember him last year. But this nigga is averaging more viewers than me, and I've been on Twitch streaming Minecraft, streaming 2K every fucking day for the last 3 years. I never had 100 people watch me on Twitch. I'm looking at what this nigga's doing. He's not doing nothing different that I've been doing. Yet this nigga's averaging 100 viewers. Now imagine, once again, I said I've averaged 100 viewers on YouTube, but I've averaged 100 viewers on YouTube vertical. That's easy. It's people just scrolling. The feature might be new. It's people just scrolling. Now averaging 100 people full screen on YouTube, that's another situation. But 100 people full screen on YouTube versus 100 people full screen ad revenue and AdSense and gifted subs on Twitch comparison to YouTube. Twitch is knocking that out the water. When you come back to it, and when it comes back to this thing of being on the internet, I let my jealousy eat away at me personally. I let my envy eat away at me personally. I let, don't they say what jealousy is the thief of joy? Yeah, that's what idiots that's what idiots say. Because if you aren't jealous of an individual, that means you don't want it bad enough. You're not competitive to try and figure it out. That's something that they just won't tell you. They're not going to tell you to get to the point where you're looking at other content creators, and not only are you not copying them, but you're copy and paste, flow, transcripts. You know, you're getting into their videos. You're getting into what they're saying. You're getting into why their video makes them important. You're getting into why these people are clicking on their content versus not clicking on your content. Part of it might be effort. But then you see these people don't even edit their fucking videos. They don't even spend time on making an intro to their video. You notice things that just don't click, things that people don't have, and then you might see that as the key, so then you try it. But you know, a sample size is 100 videos. A sample size of you copying somebody else's method and seeing it all the way through is 100 videos. Do you have 100 videos of sample size of copying content creators and dropping videos? Not necessarily daily, dropping video, giving out, trying your best, not necessarily to copy somebody word for word, bar for bar, but you're trying to add what they've done and make it in your own unique form. Can you really do that? Because that's really hard to do. They don't tell you that. They keep telling you to be yourself, be authentic, keep doing your own thing. And then you realize as you're doing your own fucking thing, there's nobody that can resonate. When you're trying to be yourself in content creation, there's nobody that can resonate with you because everybody's trying to compare you to who you are as a content creator. When you're first starting out, when you're first making videos, when you're first trying to get into this shit and you're actually getting a decent amount of traction on your videos, they're trying to compare you to somebody. Who is he like? Me in the 2K community, I have nobody to compare to. I'm too much of myself. That's the issue. I'm not a person that gets on camera that starts yelling. I'm not a great commentator like Chris Smooth. I'm not a great dribble head like Glock 19. I don't streak hunt like Trey Magnum. I don't streak hunt like my boy Capone. So what do? I don't go pull up in a park and get early access to a game and I'm able to drop content early with extremely great edits because I don't have time for that. But also I'm not in this niche of high content creators that have already been established. So what do? That's the shit they don't tell you. Building an identity from scratch is something that nobody can help you with. Building yourself up from scratch and trying to be somebody without getting comparisons from scratch is something they don't tell you or teach you how to do. And I'm going to tell you guys this right now, and before I sign off, because this video is long and you can see it's personal, right? After trying to figure this shit out for so many years, if I could just go back, right? Everybody wishes this, right? If I could just go back with all this information, with all this knowledge, everybody who proclaimed their lies, there was a time where you could be yourself on the internet and it worked and you could be authentic and nobody can compare. Right now, the way this shit is, if you're not being compared to somebody on the internet, being versus somebody, like just being relatable to somebody on the internet, something just giving somebody a reason to want to watch you a little bit more because they can compare you to somebody. So in 2K, in the 2K community and dribble, in the 2K community and dribble, the biggest comparison is if I'm watching Glock 19, I should be able to compare him to Steezo. And then if I'm watching Steezo, I should be able to compare him to G-Man. And if I'm watching G-Man, I should be able to compare him to another small content creator that's in the niche, in the space. But guess what? They have one thing or two things in common. They play 2K and they dribble. The identity, the human might be different behind the camera, but I can compare them. That's going to give me another added reason to want to watch this individual. Now they add stakes, 6'10", 6'9", 6'11", 7'1". Now you're adding different unique things that get you in, make people that want to watch. They don't tell you about. You're just out here. Then obviously you get into tournaments and you find people that want to run and then your videos do better. And then you build your own identity after a certain point. You can have your own identity once you hit 100K. Once you hit that first initial 100K on like YouTube or a massive platform, that's when you build your own identity. But starting out and trying to find this dumbfound luck, I've ruined that opportunity for myself. I can acknowledge that I've messed up, and I mainly acknowledge that I've messed up only due to the fact that I have 17,000 followers on my main YouTube channel. I have 8,000, almost 10,000 followers on my gaming channel. I have 3,000 followers on my reaction channel. That's cool, but I never converted those people to Twitch. Imagine I could have had over 10,000 followers on Twitch if I just knew how to convert. I went from averaging over 100 people in a stream on TikTok live to barely average 15, 20 on an account with 40,000 followers. This is all in real time, and it's stuff that they just don't tell you about how to deal with, internally deal with, acknowledge that you had streams that had 14,000 people and you're going down 200 people all in the span of 1 full year. They don't tell you, they don't teach you how to deal with it. You just got to figure it out. Let me get up with y'all in a minute though. Take care of yourself, love yourself, and I'm out. Peace.